podium interviews. First up here for us is our runner-up team, number 99 Gainesco Auto Insurance Corvette DP, Alex Gurney and John Fogarty. We'll go ahead and get started. Maybe a quick opener from each of you guys about that great effort today. John, go ahead and start us off.
Thanks. Really happy to be up here. Get the Corvettes up on the podium for Chevrolet, and then a big turnaround for the 99 Gainesco car after our result at Daytona. So it's good to be up on the podium for sure. It's pointing in the right direction for the remainder of this year. My stint, we had a clean start from second. I think Westbrook is definitely unaccustomed to Mark Raffoff's expectations as far as starts and restarts go. I had no problem with it. It's kind of like we all used to race, but yeah, man, he went early. Which was good because we were all spread out going into turn one, and I came out clean. Tried to hang with Richard in the 90 car for like 3/4 of a lap, and then realized that they just had good pace. I also noticed he was starting on fresh stickers, and I was starting on my qualifiers. So immediately I switched to a fuel conservation map, and basically was trying to maintain a position at the same time save fuel. If a yellow came out and we all pitted together, maybe we'd be able to take on less than those guys and leapfrog them in the pits, but that did never happen. But otherwise, it was a good result for the guys. Handed the car over to Alex, and he did a great job, and now we're up here on the podium.
Alex, a quick opener about the afternoon.
Yeah, I think it was a good day for us. We knew from last year that the 90 had something magic for around here, and we wondered if it was going to transfer over to the Corvette, and it seems like it did. Anyway, we feel like we gained on them, at least compared to last year, but still they obviously had the pace. My run, I spent a lot of the time, it seemed like, sitting behind Barbosa during both of my stints, so he was tough to get by, and he was a lap down, so that didn't help me much. But anyway, our car ran pretty good. Tires hung in there okay. We were definitely trying to take it easy on them, because we knew at the very end of the stint, they have a pretty significant fall off. So anyway, we hung in there. The very end, Pruitt, those guys getting that yellow and being on new tires, we knew that was going to be close. But I realized there was, maybe just enough laps to where he wouldn't catch me, and it turned out just right. One more, we would have been toast. Anyway, a good run for us and a good points day.
Our third place team, they're also the two-time reigning DP champions. We're joined by Scott Pruitt and Memo Rojas, Eco Drive, number 01 Telmex BMW Riley. Guys, a little bit better points day than the season opener. Maybe a quick opening statement from each of you.
Well, I think the day turned out to be better than we expected. We've struggled with speed all weekend, and we certainly didn't know where we were going to be in the race. We certainly didn't have the pace, but our team made some good calls, especially with me when I was able to get into the lead and try to hold the 90 car for a few laps. I thought we had a good chance of staying in the top 3 at least, during that run until we got a penalty, which I was not, very happy with. And then, it all looked like we were gonna settle for a 5th place finish, because the cars ahead of us were too fast to catch, and we got a good call from our team, from Tim Keen, with the tires at the end, and Scott drove amazing for the last 2 laps, and he can tell you the rest.
Scott Pruitt.
Well, congratulations to 90 guys. That's they've been in the sport a long time, and it's good to see them in victory lane. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you very much.
For the Telmex BMW, we were just struggling to find speed all weekend. I mean, in the race, we were just trying to get whatever points we could, and with that yellow that came out at the end, we just had nothing to lose. We were already kind of at the back of the pack, and thought, why not come in and take a set of tires? We didn't know how it was going to play out. And again, the worst thing that happened, I think I lost 1 position, so it was not even a question mark to come in and do that. It played out good to bring us back up to 3rd. Tire degradation was a big deal today, as it was last year. So you really had to manage that as much as you could. And overall, it was a great day for the team.
Thank you very much. Our first place team, we're talking about a lot of firsts. For the number 90 Spirit Daytona Racing Corvette DP, co-driven by Richard Westbrook and Antonio Garcia. First Rolex Series victory for Richard. Second for Antonio. First DP victory for Spirit of Daytona. First victory for the new Corvette DP. Great effort. Either one of you start us off. Tell us what it feels like.
Well, yeah, I mean, you took the words out of my mouth. I mean, talk about a weekend for first. The first win for our team and the first win for the Corvette DP, which is just incredible if you think how new the car is. We've come a long way since Daytona. You know, it didn't meet our standards. We expected a little bit better, but we've worked so hard since then. Everyone at Chevrolet, everyone in the team, and you know, I'm just so proud to be part of this program and to score the first victory for Spirit of Daytona.
Thank you. Antonio, please, opening comment.
Yeah, it was an amazing race, amazing weekend, I would say. I mean, since we put the car on track, the first initial thing was for everybody, I believe, just the tire degradation was unbelievable. So since then, we just needed to work on that, and that's what we did. And Spirit of Daytona did a really good job on that and gave us a car together with Corvette that we were able to do that. So since we started with Richard, did a really good first stint. On the second one, I just wanted to make a really good gap on the second place position. And when I saw that the race was still green all the way through, I just decided to, because I saw the tire degradation, just to stay there, not take many risks, because I knew maybe that yellow would come, and for sure it did. 2 laps to go, a little bit of panic everywhere, I believe. But I mean, it really paid off, because as soon as I pushed again, the car was there. Corvette was amazing. Chevy team was perfect. So very, very glad to give Spirit of Daytona and Chevy team first victory here.
Thank you. We'll take some questions now for our winners. Go ahead.
Alex, what did you think about that out of caution? Did you think you had any hopes to get him on the restart?
I mean, you never know. I obviously knew they had really good pace, but you know, restarts are tricky. You can easily pick up something on your tires, or you know, maybe they're not warmed up just right. So, you know, I thought there's a chance. I was certainly worried about, you know, I heard that the O1 had gone to stickers, and for where we were in the life of the tires, I knew that was going to be a problem, because that was probably a gain of, you know, 4 seconds a lap, something like that, and that would add up in a hurry. So I was focused on that a little bit too, but you know, I saw maybe halfway through the first lap that Antonio was getting away, and so just from that point on, just tried to hang on a second.
More questions for our podium. Doug?
It was in my head for the last 2 hours, so I knew that this race, this race, from what I understood last year, I did the first 2 hours, and it doesn't really matter if you pull away 1, 2, 5, or even 50 seconds. If a yellow comes in and you have your tires in a really bad shape, then all your effort is going nowhere. So that's what I was keeping in my head, that for the whole race, especially during my last set of tires, the last stint, just to drive fast, just keep the pace, keep the distance to the following guys, but not to exaggerate, just in order to be able to push if it was the case. So it finally paid out, so I'm happy to that strategy.
Joe?
This is your second victory for your first. What do these victories mean to you personally?
I mean, for sure, first victory for Spirit of Daytona is great. First victory for the Corvette DP is even better, I think. So I think that's what we needed. I mean, since we started 2.5 years ago with Troy, the Spirit of Daytona team made a really good effort, and I think probably the last key we needed was to have combination of Chevrolet and Corvette with us. So that's what we put together, and finally today we achieved the result.
It wouldn't have made a difference. I wouldn't have passed.
Yeah, I mean, I said before, it's you know, it's good to get the monkey off the back, because I knew the team hadn't won before in DP, and you know, the whole crew, you know, it's good for everyone. It's good for morale just to get the first victory out of the way, and it's you know, for me especially pleasing, because I know how I've watched this race back home, this series, and I know how tough it is, the standard that's been set by the Ganassi guys. And so, to beat them at any time, you've done a very good job. So just super proud.
More questions? Doug, go ahead.
From your perspective, what happened in that incident?
Well, I was driving the wheels of my car. I was trying to keep the 90 car behind me for as long as I could, and one of the places where he would catch big on me would be the kink, the fastest on the backstretch, and we got up to an Audi GT, and just tried to move over to the race line a bit too soon, and I tapped him, and obviously it was not on purpose. I just tried to get to the race line as soon as I could without touching him, but obviously, I gave him a little tap, and I didn't mean to, but it cost us a penalty, and that's it.
More questions? Any more?
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.